Right now, at this very moment, I would like to share with you how I play the song Rock and Roll Hoochie Koo, and I copped this version from Rick Derringer. And I know there's a Johnny Winter version. What the difference is, I'm not really sure, man. Probably a little less gain, maybe a little less craziness, who knows. But anyway, this is how I play the song. So what I'll do is I'm going to play a part, and then I'll break down what I'm doing. So let's start at the very end of the song. No, I'm just kidding. Here's how I play the intro. Okay, now the chords that I'm playing there are F, G, and A for that first walk up. Now when you make the power chord there, you're adding your pinky in a whole step up from your third finger to give it that kind of shuffle. Now you're going, so you're going from G, A, C, A, G, A. So you take I take my second finger at the third fret of that low E and kind of do a pull off to the E chord there. And then you'll take your first finger on the 5th fret of the D string, you'll take your second finger on the 6th fret of the G string, that takes you into the verse. Okay, so what you're doing there is what I'm doing there is I'm on my A chord there. So A, C, D, C. Now that little lick there. So I start with my third finger on the 7th fret of the D string. Do a pull off to my first finger, which is on the 5th fret of the D string. Then I take my third finger on the 7th fret of the A string and do a 3-note little chromatic walk there. And then with my pinky on the 8th fret of the low E, and then close that little lick there with my first finger on the 5th fret of the low E. Now that takes you, that's the verse, and then you'll go for the chorus. Now sometimes what I do, depending, I'm always switching things up, just on the spur of the moment, especially live, just to, my own, entertainment, whatever. But when I do that, sometimes I might do that. Or sometimes instead of doing the chords there, I'll do that. Just to kind of, spice it up. So feel, as always, man, follow in the footsteps of people like, Jimi Hendrix and Eddie, just people who take a song and kind of do their own thing with it. Do not be afraid to add your own little flavor to things. So anyway, that'll take you, that's the chorus. Back into that part, and then really thinking about them, kind of going it over in my head right now, those are really all the pieces that you need to get yourself through this song. You know, of course you have, you know, the guitar solo. Yeah, but there's really no changes in the song. And then for the how it ends, Lord, am I might feel. So it's just that F, G, and A. So really, man, those are all the pieces that you need to get through this song, man. I hope you dig it. I hope it helps you out. And as always, if it does, man, please subscribe.